California is not pro-black.
Hold on. Do not interrupt me. I want to engage with this because this is interesting. We don't typically get the honor of having somebody quite as, be nice, as unique as you are. So explain to me, what do you mean exactly when you say you're a black supremacist?
Oh, that's it? Okay, well, that means I look out for the safety, prosperity, and welfare of black children above all other priorities. That's it.
So what's supreme about that?
What is more important than that?
Well, I would think that, if taking care of children is something that is on your heart, then I like, the idea that, a race would be prioritized over, let's just say the need itself. I think that's a weird take. You're entitled to it. Everybody's entitled to their weird takes. But let me ask you this: if somebody was to say, "Hey, I want to prioritize the needs of white children over all else," how would you refer to that?
A humanitarian.
That would be a white supremacist, but even that's not being fully honest. White supremacy focuses on white males above every other member of their community. That's historically true for thousands of years.
I would refer it as unconstitutional. That's how I would refer to it.
Why would that be unconstitutional?
Because you're developing a political premise over the color of someone's skin.
So you don't think America needs stronger white people?
Whenever you make a political policy or make a business decision based on the color of someone's skin, it's not only racist prejudice, but it's against the First Amendment. It's against the your civil rights. You're violating someone's civil rights.
So let me ask you this, Uncle Steve. Do you feel like tanning salon regulations is unconstitutional?
It depends what those regulations are. Do they violate someone's civil rights?
Absolutely.
Explain how.
Because you cannot go from one hue to another, okay, without the government's interference. So inherently, I feel like tanning salon regulations are unconstitutional.
What does that have to do with the color of someone's skin?
What do you mean? Tanning salons definitely have to do with the color of somebody's.
Once again, I'm not aware that tanning salons refuse to admit or go after people based on the color of their skin.
No, but the regulation as far as going from one skin tone to the other is heavily regulated by the government.
And what is that regulation exactly?
You have a certain amount of UV rays, okay, that cannot go into tanning beds. You have a certain amount.
What does the certain amount of UV rays have to do with the color of someone's skin?
Well, because if the UV rays were more efficient in browning that said skin, right? Then now we're cooking, right?
And appreciate now about.
Listen, Hakima, you don't have a tanning salon membership, okay? Stay out of it.
I don't need one.
Interesting that how you just answered was if. When we talk about whether or not someone's civil rights are violated, we generally don't say if this, then that. Fact of the matter is, there's nothing about tanning salons that discriminate against the color of someone's skin.
We can agree to disagree, okay? Meanwhile, they created spray tanning.
We don't have to agree to disagree. I just cited case law. Bro, what are you talking about?
Well, give me the case law. I didn't hear what you said. What's the case law?
The Mann Act, the prosecution of the Mann Act. What was it? The Dred Scott decision and commentary from that fucking judge. The United States has never pursued constitutional equality or fairness for every race and population within the United States demographic.
What does that have to do with tanning salons?
You said it was unconstitutional to target someone based on their skin tone and hue and all this.
Yes, I absolutely did.
Hold on.
I'll give you my site.
And found out, Yeah.
I'll give you my sites. The Civil Rights
Hold on,
Act.
guys. Hold on. Listen. Let's try to think of a conversation the way that I think of food. Like I try to keep my food separated unless I'm eating a burrito and then I'll put all the ingredients inside the tortilla. But on a plate of food, I try to keep like my protein and God, if you have fruit on the table, you got to keep it separate. You don't want the food to touch. Let's do that with our words. Where one person will speak and then the next person will speak after that. I don't want the words to touch. Is that
I am humbly apologize. I'm sorry. I got excited. Please forgive me. The 1964 Civil Rights Act makes it against the law to discriminate against people because of the color of their skin. There's also the advanced Title VII, Title IX, which took place in the 70s, which not only has been applied to AIDS, but it's been applied to whistleblower, color of someone's skin, race, religion, age, or race. It is against the law. In fact, we saw one of the most recent ones was the guy that didn't want to make the wedding cake, right, for the couple because they were bi or gay or lesbian or whatever.
which by the way, should be their choice. Should be their choice.
I'm just telling you what the law is.
Right. Well, here's the thing that's weird, right? It's like if I'm a fucking cake maker or whatever it is, like I shouldn't even have to give a reason. And this is the other thing. You'd stay out of trouble if you didn't give a reason. Like, let's say somebody came in and I was just like, fuck, oh, he's wearing Pumas? I don't like Pumas. Fuck people who wear Pumas. I'm not making this motherfucker's cake. Like, I should be able to just be like, yeah, I'm not making his fucking cake. I don't want to. Like the fact that you should be forced into labor to do something against your will is fucking weird. It's also equally weird that somebody would not want to make a cake for somebody because of their sexuality. That's also bizarre. I don't understand that, but I think they should have the right to disagree.
Yeah, and I'll just land it here. For someone to come in here, and I think I understood him correctly, to say that the Civil Rights Act does not apply to this, that, or the other, that's either plain ignorance or the dude is just trolling.
Well, I'm going to say that based on what we've heard so far, ignorance is probably the leading cause.
I mean, I didn't even make that statement, so I don't know what he's arguing against. I just told him the United States has been unconstitutional for the entirety of its history. They have made public statements and legal statements of their unconstitutionality the whole time.
Well, actually, this is the first time you said that. This is the first time you said that.
That's why I went back to the Manifest Destiny. I started on Manifest Destiny. That's the 1800s. I brought up the How Eugenics Erased Black History. That's a documentary that's free to the public right now. It's 2 years old. The guy has 51,000 primary source documents proving the United States government and the white population of the United States crowdfunded modern Nazism as early as the 1820s. These people have never been constitutional, and we're going to have to rip that Band-Aid off and stop saying these stupid statements. The USA
All right. Well, let's
is a white supremacist terror state and has always been so in their own recorded government documents since the early 1820s. That's where the conversation is now.
Hold on. Sure. Hold on real quick. Luz, how many countries are there on planet Earth?
Last time I heard, like 180 something.
Yeah, that's correct. And for the record, one of them is not Palestine. Just like to get that out there. But let me ask you this: if this country was founded on white supremacy, and it's always been bad, and particularly it's been bad for people that you identify with. My question for you is, why would you choose to live here?
Well, I personally didn't choose to live here. We were brain drained.
Are you an adult?
Yes.
And you do have freedom of movement, correct?
Incorrect.
You don't have freedom of movement. You couldn't
Correct.
decide to move somewhere else.
Absolutely didn't. No, I don't have the funds to move somewhere else. If you gave me all my reparations, I'd gladly move to another continent.
Oh, wait, hold on. There's plenty of places that are much cheaper to live. If you took the money that's in your pocket, which probably isn't a lot, you could go somewhere like Thailand and you could live like a king.
I've already researched Thailand. Thailand is just as racist as over here.
Interesting. So what you're saying is when you've done your research, you found that there's no perfect place. But what you've decided to do is live in the place.
I can't afford to move there yet.
So you've decided to live in the one place that you think is the worst.
I just said, I didn't say there was no perfect place. I said I can't afford to move there yet. So you're planning to leave? If I'm given the opportunity, yeah. Like why would I stay here?
Look, if it could be enforced, I would lead the GoFundMe to get your fucking ass out of here. That's for damn sure. But the problem is, you would come back. You would come crawling back. You would come begging back. You know how I know this? You know how I know this?
Because first of all, you can't send me anywhere.
You're free to. You're free to leave. You're free to leave, and you choose to stay. The reason you choose to stay.
This is my land. You're on my territory.
The reason that you choose to stay. The reason you choose to stay is because in 2025, there's not a planet on Earth that would give you more opportunities, and that's a fucking fact.
You mean the currency exchange rate? Like, yeah, that is biased towards the American empire for centuries. That's why people come here in the first place. I've done my research on that too. That's the only reason people brain drain out to this shithole, because they think it's a land of opportunity.
You think that it's
a higher currency exchange rate. It's a market manipulation strategy. Everybody in Latin America, South America, the Caribbean, even the damn EU people. I've spoken to white people from the EU. They take it as a currency exchange scam. They come over here, take their free education in Germany and France, and they fly out to America to make American dollars, and then they shunt that back towards their own projects around the globe.
Yeah,
they don't want to be here.
So that's some kind of brain.
It's profitable to be here.
Some kind of brain. That's some kind of brain that flows to the shithole place.
Yeah, it's the United States Embassy literally.
Hold on. A few questions. I want to just get to the bottom of this. So, first of all, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Are you a heterosexual? Are you a heterosexual?
I'm sorry, what does that have to do with...
you'll know, because I'll have a follow-up question. I'm asking you, are you a heterosexual?
I sexually identify as a lesbian, if that's what you're asking.
You're a lesbian. Okay. So do you plan on having kids? Do you have a plan on having kids?
Not in this economy. Like I said, it's pretty
Got it. Okay, no, this is fine. Because I would just say that if you believe that this country is as bad as it is, if you were to bring children into the world, into a place that you believe is that bad, I would say that that's akin to child abuse. And so I'm glad. Maybe you should go get sterilized. Maybe you should get yourself fixed to make sure that you can never have kids, so you don't have to worry about bringing them into this big scary world that you live in. The country, by the way, that you are free to leave but choose to stay.
Yeah, people say
I'm not free to leave. I don't have my money.
Speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than words.
Yeah, and money talks louder than your opinion.
Exactly.
When I get my money, I don't have to listen to your dumb ideas.
So you prioritize.
Talks louder than anything.
So you prioritize. Hold on, Hanson. Hold on, Hanson. Hold on. So he prioritizes money over these other things that he's complaining about. So when you start thinking about what his first principles are, it's not the things that he was mentioning and complaining. It's about money. Money is the thing that's the most important to him, and he will endure a place that he believes is completely unfair to him. Because, which by the way, is the place that gives him the greatest opportunity. You can't make up this kind of
dumb shit. It doesn't give me the greatest opportunity. That's in Europe. It gives me the most bang for my buck. That's what the currency exchange rate is about.
Exactly.
That's the unanimous opinion of multiple other people brain draining to the USA instead of the EU.
Your action speaks louder than that's why you're here.
No, I was brought here, and me and my siblings were brought here as children because we were a brain drain asset that may have gone to the EU. So the United States Embassy intervened and expedited. They intervened. The U.S. government intervened and expedited our green card.
Dead, or you're so smart that you stayed at where where it's best for you.
Okay, can I interrupt?
So they intervened.
Please do. Hey, Luz, a white woman speaking. Go ahead and yield.
So that we could not go to the European Union. That's what they did when we were children. We found out years later. That's just called kidnapping nowadays.
Okay. Some of the people that were involved in this conversation, I started looking stuff up. And when somebody makes a broad statement about the South, sometimes I look up the facts. There are states that apparently don't have a minimum wage, so they take the federal minimum wage, and they are not all Southern. Okay, let's make that clear. And then we were talking about terrible places where police don't want to go. There was an apartment complex in the community I live in that was so dangerous that if they went in to try to arrest someone, the people that lived in the apartment would start throwing bottles at the police. And to go in there and actually do anything, they had to call in the ATF from Dallas to actually make arrests. So, sometimes people make statements that may be true, but okay, based on what? We had a young policeman that wanted to be a really good guy, and the people took his gun away from him and killed him with it. Okay, I've made my point. Hello, Mojo, how are you today, hon?
I'm wonderful, and I'm being entertained by a product of the junior college system. Luz, keep entertained.
Is that your only input?
Yeah, no, you're fascinating in how ignorant you are, but continue.
I mean, you had people on stage who didn't know where the U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights were modeled on, and the Founding Fathers had commentary on that 300 years, less than 300 years ago. That's your American white Anglo-Saxon history. You don't know it, but you're calling a Caribbean person who studies everybody's history ignorant.
Correct. That's what I'm calling you. Yes, I'm calling you ignorant.
Yeah. Where's that gentleman who talked about Pocahontas? He doesn't know Indian policy for diplomacy. That's American history. Anglo-Saxons recorded all that nonsense. I didn't do it. My Carib ancestors didn't do it. Your ancestors did it. You should read your own ancestors' history before you call other people ignorant. It makes you look stupid.
You know what? We have an educational system that doesn't really want to educate people because they want to subjugate us. Okay. It's always fascinating to be here. I got to go. You guys are great.
Yeah, read more, talk less. That's a basic mantra I'm going to have to start repeating in more rooms and spaces. Read more, speak less.
That's very interesting that you would say that people should read more and talk less. So with all of your vast reading, you came to the conclusion that that race is the most important thing. So you're a self-identified black supremacist, and you live in a country that's never done any good in the world, and you refuse to leave because you're broke. This is your...
Correct. Racial discrimination is a problem for black workers in the US of A because you have an apartheid state. You have racial discrimination on the job.
Didn't you say that you were a union construction worker?
Correct. And I didn't even land on that point. The union down here in the dirty South, the stanky wanky, is operated and headed by KKK membership. It is not some bastion of...
Why did you join it? Why did you join it?
It is another...
Why did you join it? Why did you join it?
To get my union benefits, multiple pensions, health coverage, all the other stuff you can't find in the right-to-work environments of all these dirty South states. because they're shitholes. They're
So you
third
work for
world.
the KKK. You're a
Without union membership, you are just in another Asian sweatshop nation. That's it. There's no difference. You don't have any coverage. You don't have any social.
Hold on. Let me talk to the most. Hey, pause. I want to talk to the most educated person on the stage, which is Hanson. Hanson, you know something about Asian countries, and I would imagine that you have some good condemnation because, you made a choice, a conscious decision to come to the U.S. Can you explain your position on why you think the U.S. is a great place?
Well, because I think I have a good brain, and good brain people go to the place that's most favorable to them, and that's a simple choice. And I think Lou, like I said before, either he doesn't have a brain and stay in the shithole, or he's too smart and he wants to stay in the best place in the world.
Yeah, pretty much. George, what do you want to add to this?
Yeah, I just think it's funny when the fact that I hear the word dumb from black people on Clubhouse much more than other people. So I would love to do a study.
Hopefully everything will be fine.
Lewis, do you run into this often where you jump into a room and everybody realizes that you're the most ignorant person in the room? Is this a frequent thing for you?
Yes, I do racial audits for the last two and a half years. So I understand COINTELPRO. I understand the nuances of how moderation is pretty much assigned to dismiss whatever a black intelligent man corrects in the social narrative. That's why you don't bring up the Iroquois Confederacy. People like you are posted by the CIA, NSA, ATF, DEA, FBI, all these different police surveillance authorities.
Well, hold on. What do I have to do with those organizations? Walk me through.
You all are in lockstep with all these fascist surveillance state entities pretending you are a free American white man.
Interesting.
Anytime you say something against the state, they can shut your channel down like that. Like any third world African dictatorship. They're identical symbols. Do you understand now? Like nothing said in Africa. There's different what is going on in America.
Luce, you clearly don't know who you're talking to. The idea that you think that I'm pro-surveillance state. In fact, while you fucking sit here in your hypocrisy, I actually go out and do things to fight against the systems that I dislike. What I would never do if I were in your shoes is go and work for the KKK. By the way, why anybody would go work for the KKK? That's crazy. That like you talk about how the country is based on white supremacy. You refused to leave it, and you took a job working for the KKK. You might be the dumbest person I've ever encountered on this app, and that's it.
I'm sorry. Do trade unions advertise their involvement in the KKK, or because I have ad block on all my devices, I don't.
There's no upside. Like anybody who wants to talk to the KKK, there's no upside.
I don't consume your commercial propaganda and media like a common slave, so I don't know if they're advertising.
Wait, no, hold on. No, listen. You're the one that brought to the table that the union that you work for is ran by KKK members. You were the one that brought that point up. Hold on. Listen. That is essentially the same thing as seeing a slave boat about to depart from Portugal to Brazil and then just running, sprinting, and jumping onto that boat and saying, "Please take me." That's essentially what you've done. You have set back your people. You have set back your people 500 fucking years. You're disgusting.
Where's the commercial that says join the trade unions, we collaborate with the KKK, a known domestic terrorist group.
You said that. No, you said that, retard. Listen,
Yeah. I said that.
I'm done. I'm done. I can't deal with this level of stupidity. He literally said that he works for a construction trade union and that the union leaders are members of the KKK. This is his claim. Now he wants to walk it back because he realizes that he is the biggest race traitor in the history of Clubhouse. This guy literally said that he will sell himself out for money and go work for the KKK. Like, you can't make this shit up. You can't. And he identified himself as a black supremacist. He's a black supremacist that works for the KKK. I hope that guy's trolling, because if not, it's scary to think that there's people that stupid that walk the streets of America. David, you been drinking today?
No, I'm fine, but I'm listening, and it's but that's actually, I want to hear his response. With all due respect to him, even though he sounds very very KKK-ish. I'm not gonna say he's
okay, David. I'm gonna do something that I would never consider doing under normal circumstances. I'm gonna moderate you so you could bring him up, because I can't bring him back up. So let me go ahead and moderate.
Don't moderate me. Don't. Just...
No, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You got the bean now. You got to bring him up.
Okay, who do I have to bring up?
Loose. You got to bring up Loose. And I'm going to sit back and listen to this conversation, because this might be funny. The drunkest guy on Clubhouse versus the stupidest guy on Clubhouse. Let's bring it. Let's do this.
You know, for the record, I have a PhD. But go ahead.
I didn't say you were the dumb one, David. You were the drunk one. Just for clarity.
Just for the record, I've debated people with PhDs on their own spaces. PhDs don't say.
Did you tell the people with PhDs that you work for the KKK and you're a black supremacist?
No. Why would I tell them that?
Well, maybe you should say that, because that means
I don't work for the KKK. They run all the trade unions. That's just the state of the economy in the USA.
Okay, that's not an answer. That's not an answer. With all due respect, that's not an answer.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm not the FBI. That's their fucking job. Like, last time I heard, the FBI is supposed to be investigating the KKK. They're not. Or else they would have already detected all these union meetings.
Well, hold on. You want them to investigate your employer? The one that gives you money? Hold on. Your employer, the one that gives you money, and the money is your excuse of why you won't leave this country that you say you hate so much? I mean, by the way, hold on. By the way, I've done the voice matching. I now know who you are. And when I park, I'm gonna go ahead and post your main profile to the top of the room so everybody can know who you are. Hopefully you're trolling. Hopefully this is your troll account. But I've done the voice match, and it's very fucking fascinating. People are gonna be very
an alternative account. I've been on here for 2 years. It's the same account.
No, we will allow the people to decide, because we will play recordings. No, it's not doxing, because he doesn't go by his real name in the other profile either.
I have my own house. I have my own recorded spaces. I do not want.
Hold on. Let me tell you guys. This is a guy that in his photograph, you guys might have seen him. He's got I'll pull it up when I park, but he's got this picture of himself in a blue suit, and he's holding something, I don't remember, but he used to go into the rooms and try to be like a success guru and all this kind of fucking shit. Now he's on this fucking account trolling, and like dead ass, it's the same fucking guy. And he's probably really embarrassed now that he fucking knows that he got caught. But we'll do a fucking room. We'll play that voice. Hopefully you guys. I'm not recording this room, but we'll play because I found 2 rooms that he's been in where there's replays on, and then you guys can do your own homework and detective work. You're not gonna slip one by me. I've been on this fucking app for 5 fucking years, and the one thing I've developed is a keen fucking ear. A keen fucking ear. And so, anyways, you're caught, homeboy. The gig is.
That's right.
All right, Hanson. Let's bring it home here. What's good with you, bro?
Hey, not much. Yeah, just busy right now. But I think overall the country, at least moving in kind of reverse the cause
Which country?
of certain doom, and so we'll see how whether it's
Now,
going in
which
the
country?
direction.
Which country are you talking about?
Sorry.
Which country are you talking about?
Oh, this country, this great country of the United States of America.
Okay, with the current president, President Trump, right?
Right. Yes. He reversed the polls, arrested the descent into this
No, what does that mean? What is the dissent?
because over the decades of left liberal libtards,
wow.
corruption and sabotage.
I don't think you know the R word. So, no offense.
What? Say it again. I didn't hear.
I don't think you can say the R word. I mean, it's not nice.
Huh? Sorry. I'm gonna. What are you saying? I just heard half of the sentence. And... Otherwise, it will descend into a shithole, and even Lou will leave. At least Lou has a half a brain, knows which place is good for him.
Well, that's not nice. Let's not talk about like somebody's intelligence. Like, you know, I have 2 PhDs, but you know.
David, I got a question for you.
Sure.
If you didn't like the neighborhood you lived in, wouldn't you get out of it?
Probably yes.
Yeah. And so if you thought that where you lived, that the entire system was designed to oppose you, wouldn't you do everything in your power to get out from under that?
It depends, right? Because like when I lived in New York City, like I understand that there is probably better places to live, but you know, I chose to live there, so.
Well, that just says New York City is still better than the place that you made.
Well, no, that's not a fair assumption. No.
Why is it not a fair assumption? That's just action speaks louder than words.
No, because I lived there because I chose to live there.
Exactly. You chose it because it's better for you.
No, well, it's better because it's, again, no offense to anyone in the room, but it's the best place to live, so.
Yeah, it is. It's for you, right? I mean,
well, not just for me, not just for me, but a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. You're speaking for a lot of people. I mean, I'm just saying, at least for you.
I mean, there's 8.5 million people that live there.
Exactly.
So they choose to live there, yeah.
Exactly. You cannot speak better than what you were saying.
Yeah, so you're kind of proving the point that people put themselves in the position that's best for them, right? And so what that gentleman said, the best thing for him was to live in Atlanta, work as a construction worker in a union where the union leaders were members of the KKK. His words.
Yeah, but again, no offense to anybody who works in that way, but like, again, no offense, but I don't really care about somebody who works that way. Like when it comes to America, like you know, if you want to be like a guy that actually was like hard that way, I don't want. No offense again. Do you really have value? Like is your like what you're doing? Does it actually have value? I don't think so. No offense.
What it has value? What do you mean?
I don't think they have value. Again, no offense, and hard worker, but they don't really have value in the same way that
who has no value. I mean, why are you speaking in half sentences?
I will say, if you ask like Joe Schmo, like what is your actual purpose in America, I would guarantee you, or I would venture to guess, like they have no value. With all due respect.
What do you mean no value? They chose to.
They don't have value because if you ask them like, okay, so if you ask like layperson,
What's the value? I mean, the thing is.
Well, what do they do? What do they do every single day? Ask them.
Make a living. How's that not value?
No, I would say ask them. What do they do every single day that actually contributes to the American positive affirmation?
Well,
they probably don't have it. They don't have a good reason.
That's contribution to the society.
No, I disagree. I disagree.
What do you mean? What's your value?
How dare you?
Why? What do you mean?
I mean, I have 2 PhDs, so like I know.
How dare you?
I mean, I'm not gonna answer that question.
Yeah, you have no value as well. That's.
No, first of all, I have 2 PhDs, so like I'm very well established in what I do and what I can't do.
Just, I mean, but what does that mean? You have value?
Well, it just means like no offense to anyone who doesn't, but I have more importance versus like Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo is not doing a good job.
All right, fine. That's I'm not gonna.
Shema, Mr. Fardikway.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבביך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלעבדך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ומשעריך.
I'm not selling as hard as you are, David.
If you have an EBT card, today is the last day to apply for the SNAP Auto Relief Program, which offers full coverage.
What's up, Ed?
So, JB, like, I was invited to, I would say, like, a party, but I choose not to go.
David, wherever you are, there's the party.
I'm in New Jersey.
So what's new, guys? Brian, it's been a long time since I've seen you. JB, welcome.
Oh, I know. Was a fake bronze page or not? That's why I didn't see.
No, this is the real fucking deal. So you guys missed a classic. We had a guy in here that said that the U.S. was, a slave colony, and he was super against the U.S. and he identified as a black supremacist. But he refuses to leave. He says that, get this, he says he can't leave because he doesn't have the money to leave, but he also said that he has a union job working as in construction in the Atlanta area. So you guys can look up what those wages might look like. But he also indicated that the union leaders are members of the KKK. So a black supremacist here on Clubhouse works for KKK members, and he hates the country, but he refuses to leave. What do you guys?
Break that down again. You said he's a black supremacist or whatever.
He said he's a black supremacist, but he works for the KKK. That was his words.
He's on acid.
Sounds like it's a content creator on Clubhouse.
No, we also did the voice match, and I'm gonna be posting this for you guys soon. It was a burner account. We're hoping he was trolling, but if he really believes those things, that's fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. What else is new with you guys, man?
What was his page name?
The one that he was in here on was loose. The other one, I'll have to get it for you. He used to hang out in those like breakfast with champion rooms, and he had like one of those, like cheesy backgrounds where he puts himself in a fucking suit. Yeah, just fucking clown, absolute clown.
Nah, forget Family Dad, just go kill him.
No, don't do that, and don't talk like that, please.
Alright, sorry about that.
This feels like an old school room. We got Hakeem and Bryant in the same room. I remember when you guys loved each other, then hated each other, and now it's all back. I love it.
Hakeem asked my dog.
There you go. Man, this is turning into an all-star room, by the way. We've got Callie in the goo, got MG's badass in the goo, got Wallace holds it down in the goo. You got Matt Cool in the goo. Hey Matt, send Sarah my love, please. Tell her that Mojo said hello, and that she is fucking crazy, and that the war is not over yet. I'm going to tell her I'm planning to do many more rooms about her. Let her know.
Yes, and the pussy is furry as a movie. Whoa. Go ahead and tell her that.
Doctor, can we not use the P word, please? Thank you.
His vagina.
David wouldn't know the difference. He's never seen a woman's anatomy.
We're always trying to make
Matt, she has until 2:30 Pacific Coast time to apologize, otherwise I'm posting the next one.
Hey, put me in that Telegram channel.
what Biden was gonna present.
I'll turn that shit out. I'll let them know what she's really about.
There's like some very
I said, no,
actual socialism.
Gucci going live at 2:30.
They said, oh, we're
Socialism. People want to be Monica 2.0.
Oh, no. Monica's actually very intelligent. Monica's got a voice of an angel. Like, if you had to compare those two voices side by side, come on, man, come on.
Dr. Adams, can I ask you, like, what is you say boo-boo? Like, what is that? Boo-boo. I don't know what that means. Like, with all due respect, I don't know what it is. What is that?
Welcome, David. Rogers and the future wife is just down on stage. Shirley, we all love you. Sincerely.
You know, love is a very strong word.
Well, can we just say this? We identified a couple of gilfs the other day. Those are close your ears, Shirley. But a gilf is a grandmother I'd like to fuck. But we have Shirley is the app's G-gilf, which is the great grandmother that. And I don't have to finish it, but yeah.
And I could be, I'm not officially a great grandmother, but I could be.
Look, you guys don't realize this stuff, man. Like, there's not many women like Shirley. Like, she is aging like fine wine. The rest of you women, you get all wrinkly. You can see it in the neck. You can see it in the hands. Shirley is. Not only is she classy, she's beautiful, and you know what? She's thoughtful. When she gets in these conversations, she hears people dropping nonsense. You know what she does? She goes and fact checks that shit, and then she comes back and said, "You know, I heard what you said. I looked it up, and you're full of shit." I love Shirley. Shirley's like, she's everything. Shirley is the only reason I come back to club.
You are an absolute charming human being.
Shirley, with all due respect, I want to just say, like, I do not want to, I've heard other people having, certain situations saying certain things, but I choose not to, and, I think, yeah, you're a very nice woman, you know, it's 2025, and, like, everyone...
Why'd you pronounce woman so weird? Is it so fucking rare for you to see one or to talk to one?
With all due respect, it's 2025, so, like, if somebody wants to be a person, and who am I to judge?
David, the reason Roger is so charming is because he realizes that when you're a grandmother, it's nice for someone to actually talk to you like you're attractive.
See, that's nice. That's nice. I like it. Yeah.
So you guys, we got a special guest on the stage. We have Tiger. Tiger is a representative of the CCP. And Tiger also believes that that it's humorous if a woman gets raped. His words, not mine. Tiger, do you have any comments?
Never gets old for you, doesn't it?
No. Exposing your rapey ass, it never gets old to me. Thank you, Tiger, for participating.
Can I say something? I'm not defending Tiger, by the way.
Well, hold on, David, before you go, just understand that this man, and we have the receipts to prove it, said that he hopes Kelly gets raped, that he would find that amusing for Kelly to get raped. This is what Tiger said.
Yeah, that's not nice.
It's kind of
Tiger,
like
you gave
your brain cells are too few
I'm
that
sorry,
you don't
really
take
quick.
any more information than that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, you should not say that. You know, it's very not nice. Okay. But, Tiger, as somebody who deals in China, like, I've done business in China, so I'm wanting to hear, like, Tiger's point of view, even though, like...
Okay, respectfully, shut up.
That's not nice.
Tiger, what's your ethnic background?
You know, okay, that's not a question.
Don't let the crew
What are your cultural origins, bro? Tell us.
Yeah, what is your mother's maiden name?
What was that? What's your
I think
ethnic
we
background?
ran out of stuff to talk about, but frankly, you know,
What ethnicity are you?
serious.
Huh?
I don't feel like.
Are you gonna sidestep me like a little bitch?
Whoa.
Kind of vicious. Sometimes I'm not as interested. So, why don't you
Yeah, you
guys
sassy little bitch. Shut the fuck up. You sassy little bitch.
Okay, let's be nice, because like I understand, like somebody does again.
No, bro.
Like, I do business in China, so I get it. Like,
They're sassy.
Hold on, everyone mute up. Everyone mute up. So, no, everybody mute up. That includes you. Everyone mute up. Find the mute button. Thank you. For those of you that want to talk shit to JB, the man's on the fucking stage right now. He's on the stage. Why don't you raise your hand and say what you got to say? Like, it's so weird to me that people, like, if you want smoke, go get the smoke. JB, you're up for the smoke, right? If I bring up your haters, you good with this?
If you bring up my haters, there'll be nobody in the VIP section. But I don't care.
No, isn't it weird though that they like, because this happens with me too. People talk shit about me when I'm not in the room, or they'll talk shit in the chat
about you all the time, right?
Listen. You're a creepy, racist, fucking communist. So I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. But it's just weird that like the haters, like they don't want to really engage. They really don't want to get engaged. They want to take the fucking side. They want to throw something at you while they're moving. You know what I mean? They don't want to stand in front of you. Nobody's man enough to stand there and take the fucking punches. I don't understand.
Roger, with all due respect, like I'm not a shell for the CCP, but your boy Tiger, you know, somebody who represents the CCP. Maybe we should listen to like his perspective.
So wait, hold on. You want to listen to the guy that said that?
But I'm not defending him. I'm not defending him. No, I would never defend the CCP. Okay.
Sir, no. That's not what I asked. Why don't you listen? How many martinis have you had today?
I don't think martinis. But thank you.
What do you drink? Manhattans? Old fashions?
I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, it's one of those. I hit it. I can tell by the giggle. I hit one of them.
He's drinking a Cosmopolitan.
So David, here's a question for you. Why do you want to hear more from the guy that said that one of the most lovable people on this entire app that he wants to see her get raped? Why would you want to hear that person's perspective? What is it about a person that holds those opinions that you want to hear their perspective?
If he said that, I mean, that's not appropriate. So like I would endorse that. I mean, did it really say that?
He legitimately said it, and he doesn't deny it.
Okay.
If I brought him back up, he'd say it again.
Yeah, that's not nice. So, like, no, I do not endorse that, obviously. Like, I don't know. Like,
hey, Mojo, how much you picked the charity? How much do I have to send it to Zealot to kick David off the stage? If I have to hear this guy keep talking drunk, I'm gonna fucking take a fork to an eye.
You know, David's one of these people that I see the hand raised, and I think to myself, like, can I fucking handle this right now? And then like I tend to bring him up, but he can vouch for this. He almost always lasts less than 60 minutes. It could be a room that lasts for fucking 6 days. I don't think he's ever made it more than an hour in one of my rooms.
funny you say that because I get the same feeling when he comes to my spaces. Do I want to deal with this idiot right now or not? See, if he's sober, I could deal with him because he's actually quite smart. But when he's drunk, he just doesn't shut the fuck up.
This is the weird thing about David. We probably shouldn't say these things out loud in mixed company, but David really is a fucking bright guy. I've been in rooms with him twice in my clubhouse time here, and where he's been sober, and he's actually very educated, very intelligent.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Roger.
And he has great insights. But then he's got this addiction thing that I hope he gets help for. But like it's like I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to tell you stop drinking. I don't preach temperance. That's a personal decision. No, let me finish. Let me fucking finish. But what I would advise you to do is like just come on the fucking clubhouse when you're sober. Why not do that?
Well, Roger, I have my therapist, right? I have my thing with my therapist coming in a couple of days, so like, you know, I'll figure it out. But so it's not a big deal.
Well, listen. All bullshit aside, if you ever want to talk about that stuff, I had the same issue, and I conquered it. It wasn't easy, and so legitimately, like no homo, reach out if you want to talk.
That's nice. That's nice.
Oh man, where'd the fucking guy go that works for the KKK? How come he Instagram? I need him back.
You talking about Cardano?
No. There's a black supremacist that hates the United States, says it's a slave colony, but he works for a union construction company, and the union leaders are members of the KKK. So a black supremacist, he works for the KKK. It was fascinating. It was maybe one of the dumbest yet fascinating conversations in Clubhouse history. Yeah, I said the same thing, Father Drew.
That's right.
And I'm not exaggerating. Is it like Hakima? Am I exaggerating? That's what he said, right? No.
Oh yeah, I went by my phone. Yeah, no, you said it.
Yeah. I mean, Hakima's got, I think, some legitimate gripes about the U.S. and I think Hakima doesn't get the credit that he deserves for being reasonable most of the time. Like, Hakima, I'm not going to pick on you here, but I will say, Clubhouse has this tendency where if you have a crash out, and you probably do it probably like once a week or so, people will then remember that, and or they'll, you know, like I like to remind you of, like, you're the same guy that believes in flat Earth. It's like we give the least charitable version of a person. But I think for most conversations, I think you're actually pretty reasonable. I just think that, like, packed into that are some of the most absurd thoughts I've ever heard in my fucking life. But like 95% of the time, I think you're reasonable.
I am. I mean, you might disagree with me, but even when I crash out, it's not me picking on nobody. It's me defending myself, and I might go over the top, but it's not. I'm never just bothering anyone or picking on anyone ever. That's not me.
You know what I've always assumed? I just always assumed that in Chicago, you're probably like, you know, like you probably are in the, you know, like in the area that gets picked on. Like you're not with the toughest crew in town. And so when you get on Clubhouse, when you know people get it, you're just like, listen, I have to take this shit in Chicago because these people are dangerous. I'm certainly not going to let you people in Clubhouse talk to me this way. That's what I get.
I'm definitely grew up in the toughest neighborhood there is. I'm in the south suburb. I'm not in Chicago. I'm in the south suburb.
The south side. South side here.
No, not south side. No, suburbs. They are suburbs that are 10 minutes from Chicago. But I'm definitely grew up in the toughest suburb in the in the most respected and feared project there was. So
nah, I don't know about that.
I mean, I don't have to prove it to you. I don't give a fuck what you believe.
Yeah, but if you ask somebody who grew up in Chicago, it's like, what's the hardest part of Chicago?
All right.
Let's say what you
Let's ask for public opinion here. You guys can vote in chat. If we were to schedule a sanctioned boxing match at a gym, who do you think would win, Hakima or Pepe? If they were to get in a ring and box each other, let's get the comments in the chat, because I'd like to see this for many reasons, but I'm just curious who you guys think. JP said Pepe.
I would like to see it too. And of course, JB would say Pepe because he would lose two in a boxing match, or any other kind of match.
Hakima, listen. I believe that if it was like real warfare on the streets and like drive-bys were allowed, I think you'd do okay. But I don't think like the structured nature of pugilism in the middle of a ring, I don't think that's your thing.
Yeah, so you don't know me because I would never participate in a drive-by. That's cowardly and stupid.
I was joking.
And,
Jesus Christ.
I know, but I got everyone don't know you're joking, so I gotta make that clear. And in a boxing match, I definitely been in the ring before. My father's one of the greatest martial artists in America, in the world. So
Timok is your dad?
No, Timok know of my dad though. So no, my dad Timok has nothing compared to what my dad did.
Who's your dad?
Be disgusting.
His name was Raymond Cooper. He's known as Nganga Talona.
Raymond Cooper?
Yeah.
Raymond.
In Chicago. You can actually Google his name, Nganga Talona. You can see videos of him on YouTube for sure.
You said Raymond?
If you want to Google, you want to see a video, you got to Google his name, Nganga Talona. I'll put the name in the chat so you can know.
Hakima.
Yeah.
You're not Hakima.
What'd you say? Who was that?
Yoav. What's up? You said you heard an Israeli scholar said it's a genocide in Gaza. Do you have the name of the Israeli scholar, please?
He was on CNN today. I found it. His name start with an O. I found it. He was just on CNN this morning.
Okay, thanks. Yuval Noah Harari? No.
Say it again. Yeah, I know.
Always was, is, and will be.
Yuval Noah Harari?
One day, 6,000.
It could be. But we should like find his name.
Okay.
Battle of the Boom Towns. And now, like ears for teeth.
I need a vehicle. There's nothing here. Not even a bike. Winch me down. What are you gonna do? I've got a vehicle.
Isn't she wonderful?
I'm not looking far away. Coming up.
Guys, I got a jam. JB, you gonna interrupt?
Yeah, in about 10 minutes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this one down.
I'll see that name in the back channel here.
Thanks.
There always was.
Bye, guys.
Is.
Bye.
University's ass, and there's two huge universities there. They literally sent the students back, saying it was an isolated, targeted event, and literally the murder was hired by one of the universities.
Sounds good.
Entrenched themselves into the higher echelons and networks of power systematically, intelligently, and became nodes, unremovable nodes in those networks where they're able to exercise and leverage all those international connections to basically move and shift major pieces on the board. And now you guys are crying and playing victim about the Jewish cabal and this, but it's like you can't really do anything because they're dominating you guys and making you bend the knee. Right? So you can't be low IQ if you got, billions